Hello students, today we will be studying the third chapter in your English second book. The chapter's name is Ranji's Wonderful Bat. This is a story written by Ruskin Bond. He is a very famous writer who has written many stories for children. Here, Ranji is a boy who loves to play cricket and who is playing for his school team. It's a short part of a story from Ruskin Bond's book Ranji's Wonderful Bat. From that book, it is only a small portion of the story. So let us begin reading. "How's that?" shouted the wicketkeeper, holding the ball up in his gloves. "How's that?" echoed the slip fielders. So Ranji's team was playing match against another team. At that time, the Ranji's team was batting. So when the bowler bowled, the ball reached the wicketkeeper's hand, who caught the ball and he is now appealing to the umpire. "How's that?" And he was holding the ball in his gloves and his arms were raised. You have seen in cricket matches how wicketkeepers appeal. Same way he was appealing. "How's that?" echoed the slip fielders, and the fielders who were standing in slip position, who were standing near the wicketkeeper, they also started appealing. "How's that? How's that?" like that. "How?" growled the fast bowler, glaring at the umpire, and the bowler also appealed. He looked at the umpire very seriously and he asked in an angry manner. Growled means talking in an angry way. Glaring means staring, looking continuously. So the bowler looked continuously at the umpire and he also appealed. "How's that? Is the batsman out?" "Out," said the umpire, and the umpire also gave his decision. He gave the decision that the batsman was out. And Suraj, the captain of the school team, walked slowly back to the pavilion, which was really a tool shed at the end of the field. And the batsman who was out, his name was Suraj. He was the captain of the cricket team. He was the captain of Ranji's team. And he walked to the pavilion slowly and slowly because he was very disappointed for losing his wicket. And the pavilion was not like a big stadium. They were playing in a small ground. So the pavilion for them was a small shed. A small shed, it was a pavilion for them. And he walked back to that pavilion very sadly. The score stood at 53 for 4 wickets. So now the score of Ranji's team was 53 runs and 4 batsmen were out. Another 60 runs had to be made for victory and only one good batsman remained. And they needed 60 runs more to win the match. And only one more batsman was there in the team. The others were bowlers. All the rest were bowlers who couldn't be expected to make many runs. And these bowlers, they were not good at batting, they were not all-rounders. So they could not make much runs. It was Ranji's turn to bat. So now Ranji was batting at the 6th position. It was his chance to bat. He was the only batsman remaining in the team now. The others were bowlers. So when he was coming, there was lot of pressure on him as his teammates expected him to bat very well so that the team could win. He was the youngest member of the team, only 11, but sturdy and full of pluck. And Ranji, he was the youngest player. His age was the least. He was only 11 years old. All the other players in the team, they were more than 11 years old. Although he was young, he was sturdy. Sturdy means strong and full of pluck. He was full of energy. As he walked briskly to the wicket, his unruly black hair was blown about by a cool breeze that came down from the hills. And he walked quickly towards the pitch And while he was walking, due to the wind, his hair was blowing in the air due to wind. While he was walking, because the wind was blowing, his hair moved. Ranji had a good eye and strong wrists and had made lot of runs in some of the minor matches. And Ranji, he had a good eye. It means that he had good observation. He could watch the ball very well and he can bat according to that. When the bowler released the ball, Ranji could watch the ball clearly and with the help of his wrists, he could bat very well. And during the previous matches, in the previous matches that he had played, in many games he scored lot of runs. Here it is given minor matches. It means they were playing some tournament at school level or maybe some friendly matches against some teams. He had not played at district level or state level like that important matches. So he had scored some good runs while playing previously. In the last two inter-school games, his scores had been poor, the highest being 12 runs. Although Ranji had scored many runs in some of the matches he played, his last two games, they were not good. Inter-school, it means the match was played between his school and some other school. And he scored less runs only in the last two matches. His highest score was 12 runs. Now he was determined to make enough runs to take his side to victory. But when he came to bat on the pitch, he had made a decision. He was very determined that he will make runs and take his team to victory, that he would score enough runs to win the match. He was thinking that. He was thinking that in his mind. Ranji took his guard and prepared to face the bowler. And Ranji, he got ready to bat. He took the position to bat. The fielders moved closer in anticipation of another catch. And the fielders, they also started moving so that they can get, if a catch is coming, they can get the catch. They can catch the ball and take another wicket. The tall, fast bowler scowled and began his long run. And the fast bowler, he made an angry expression on his face, and then he began to run to bowl. His arm whirled and the hard, shiny red ball came hurling towards Ranji. And the bowler, he rotated his arms and he bowled. He threw the ball towards the batsman. Ranji was going to lunge forward and play the ball back to the bowler. But at the last moment, he changed his mind. So Ranji, he decided to step outside the crease and hit the ball towards the bowler. But just before that, he changed his mind and stepped back, intending to push the ball through the ring of fielders on his right or offside. But he decided instead of going outside the crease and hitting the ball, he decided to go back and hit the ball to his right side. The ball swung in the air, short of the grass, and came through sharply to strike Ranji on his pads. But unfortunately for Ranji, the ball swung. The ball changed direction in the air and short of the grass. It means the ball hit the pitch, and then instead of hitting the bat, the ball hit Ranji's pads. The pads that he was wearing on his legs, the ball hit his pads. When the ball hit the pads, the players of the opposing team, they began to appeal. "How's that?" screamed the bowler, hopping about like a kangaroo. And the bowler, he appealed to the umpire. He shouted, "How's that?" And then he started jumping like a kangaroo. "How?" shouted the wicketkeeper. "How?" asked all the fielders. The umpire slowly raised a finger. Not only the bowler, but also the wicketkeeper and all the fielders. Everyone started appealing. All of them started shouting, "How's that? How's that?" like that. And the umpire, he thought for some time, then slowly he gave the signal for out. He raised his finger and gave the signal that Ranji was out. "Out," he said. And it was Ranji's turn to walk back to the tool shed. And then Ranji, he walked back to the pavilion, to the shed. He was unhappy about the way he lost his wicket and he was feeling very sad. The match was won by the visiting team and the match was won by the other team. Here it is given visiting team. So it means that the other school team, they came from some different place and they had come to the place where Ranji lived. "Never mind," said Suraj, patting Ranji on the back. And the school captain, Suraj, he tried to cheer Ranji because Ranji was feeling sad for losing his wicket and the defeat of his team. The captain Suraj, he came near Ranji and he patted on his shoulders, on Ranji's shoulder, and told him, "Never mind, don't take this seriously, don't feel very sad. You will do better next time. You are out of form just now, that's all." And Suraj, he tried to encourage Ranji. He told Ranji, "Don't worry, Ranji, you are having bad luck, you are in bad form. It is only a matter of some time and slowly you will get your good form back and then you will start scoring runs. So don't be disappointed. You played, we lost the match. You were not able to score runs, but don't worry. After some time, when you will get your form back, you will start scoring runs." But their cricket coach was sterner. Although the captain Suraj, he tried to make Ranji happy, he tried to encourage Ranji. Their coach, he was actually more strict with Ranji. Sterner means strict. And he told Ranji, "You will have to make more runs in the next game." He warned Ranji, "or you will lose your place in the side." He gave a warning to Ranji that Ranji should score good runs in the next matches, next games. If he does not score the runs, then he would be removed from the team and they would take some other batsman instead of Ranji. That Ranji will lose his place from the team. And he warned that to Ranji. The coach gave this warning to Ranji. Okay, that's it for today. We will continue the chapter in the coming videos. Hope you have a good day.